Good, good, good. Lovely. Right then, let's get going. So I've been busy since I saw you last. It seems like a while since I saw you, but I've signed up to do some training, and it's all online. I was going to do it before COVID, and then obviously COVID happened and lots of training was put on hold, but it's resumed, albeit remotely, which is a bit of a strange experience, but nevertheless really good. So I'm training to teach somatic yoga. And somatic yoga is, on one level, it's very gentle. It's very slow, almost like intuitive movements that get very deep into the muscle tissue. It's very good for releasing a lot of held stress and tension in the body. And it's used a lot for people who suffer from trauma and hold that kind of echo of that trauma somewhere in their bodies. So on one level, it's quite gentle. On another level, in the sense of it forces us to go inwards and kind of sit with ourselves, it's actually quite hard. I find that the hardest bit, to sort of slow myself down. And I had a session on Monday with my teacher and the rest of us. And she asked a really interesting question, and it's kind of sat with me, and I kind of ruminated with it, and it's a really interesting, well, I think it's a really interesting one. You might kind of let it go, but that's all to whatever. And the question that she asked was, what is your relationship with the word enough? What's your relationship with the word enough? Now, I have quite a difficult relationship with that word enough, because I'm one of those people that's constantly doing and going and moving forwards and wanting to get things done. And I suspect that many of us fall into that category. And sometimes that word enough comes only when maybe other people say, stop, stop rushing. You've done enough today, because we don't like saying that to ourselves. Or maybe it's when the body says, enough. Maybe we get overtired, we get burnt out, we get sick, and the body forces us to stop, to acknowledge that enough is enough. Maybe you're one of those lucky people who kind of find that happy balance. So yeah, just kind of think on that today. It's a really interesting one, both on and off the mat, I think, to consider. So today, with our practice, whatever the practice means to you today, let it be enough. If you want to scale it back, that's fine. Let this practice be enough for whatever you need today. So with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start lying down today. Oh, that's already enough, eh? Let's come down onto our backs. Bring your knees with you if you wish. And take a moment to really ground your upper back down into the mat there. Have a little wiggle into the body, maybe wiggling your shoulder blades. You can really feel that your back body is beginning to drop down into the mat beneath you. And then just let go of your knees. You can keep your knees pointed up towards the ceiling this morning. Maybe if your back feels tight, just widen your feet and let your knees rest against each other. Or if you want to stretch the legs out in front of you, go ahead and do that. And then when you find that position, I'm just going to sit up to talk to you for a moment. So when you find your position, take a moment to get yourself fully comfortable. If you want to pop something underneath the back of your head or underneath your knees if you're lying down, feel free. Lovely to be here this morning. Start of some more seasonal spring weather, I believe, which will be welcome, I'm sure. So let's take a moment to arrive. A really important part of our practice, to leave behind whatever brought us to our mats this morning, whatever busyness might have occupied us in the day or the week thus far, letting it go. Acknowledging that you've carved out this time for yourselves this morning. And never feeling guilty for pressing the pause button and just giving yourself this next hour where you can enjoy a little bit of gentle movement, waking the body up, doing as much or as little as you wish. So let's not forget that yoga starts and ends with our breath. So as your body begins to settle and feel comfortable in the space, you can just start to deepen and lengthen each breath without introducing tension into your body. Just see if you can get that sense of breathing in a three-dimensional fashion. So you might feel that you're breathing upwards into your chest, into your belly as they rise and fall with each breath. Maybe you can notice as well a little bit of outwards expansion and contraction into your ribs. And remembering that our lungs sit quite far back in our bodies, maybe you might feel a little bit in the back body as you inhale, just feeling the back of your body pressing a little bit more deeply into the mat beneath you. And then as you exhale, you feel everything soften and release. So take a couple more breaths like that, really getting that sense of breathing upwards and outwards. And maybe even into your back body a little bit as well this morning. Really using that diaphragm to its full capacity. Softening the shoulders. Just letting go of anything that needs to be let go of. As you exhale, the busyness, maybe conversation that's been bugging you, any repetitive thoughts. Letting them go with each exhale. So staying with the breath now, and indeed throughout the practice, if your legs are stretched out in front of you, take your time to walk your feet back up towards you. Now we're going to take the feet a little bit wider apart than hip width. So again, you can rest your knees against one another. So just resting the legs for a moment as we focus on the upper body, bringing the arms down alongside your fingertips, stretching down towards your heels, palms flat to the floor. Let's start to add a little bit of movement with the breath now. So as you inhale, lifting the arms up, you can keep them up pointing towards the ceiling or continue to bring them all the way back behind you. And then as you exhale, lower the arms all the way back down. Slow, steady movement with the breath. So inhale, lifting the arms up and maybe back if that feels good on the shoulders today. And exhale to lower the arms. Lovely. So a simple movement as we continue to move with our breath, but can you keep a little softness in the wrists, the fingers and the elbows there? Can you keep the shoulders relaxed and away from your ears as you lift and lower the arms? Can you move the arms as one unit? So one arm, usually the dominant one that we write with, isn't bullying the other and leading the way. And finally, as we do it a couple more times, can you synchronize the movement with your breath? Using the full extent of the inhale to float the arms up and back and the full exhale to lower the arms. Let's make this the final one. So inhale, stretch the arms back. And exhale, let's lower. Lovely. So we'll all meet with the palms flat down to the floor. So let's take the arms back above the head one last time. We're going to take them there and leave them there this time. So you can always bring your arms into a nice wide V shape if your shoulders feel tight there. Beautiful. And take a moment now to stretch the legs out in front of you again. And we'll start to circle the wrists and the ankles. A little bit of movement. Twirling the wrists, getting into the feet this morning. And then take that around the opposite way. So just moving the joints. Beautiful. And then have a little stretch into one side of the body and then the other. Have a little bit of wriggle onto the mat, opening up into the hips. And then we'll bring both arms out alongside the shoulders now. So like the top of a letter T, we'll again walk your feet back in towards you. Again, keeping the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, your toes in, your heels in, sorry, your toes are pointing out to the side. Ready for a little wide knee twist. We'll take an inhale. And as you exhale, let's tip both knees over to the right side. Pausing there now as you begin to feel that rotation through the spine, trying to relax both legs, relaxing the buttocks, reaching the arms out underneath you. And then as you inhale, we'll come back up through the middle and exhale over to the other side. So allow those knees to tick-tock to the left, again, relaxing the lower body as you reach the arms apart, feeling that nice broadness across the chest. And let's start to move with our breath now from side to side. Inhale through the middle and exhale. Allow the knees to drop to the right. And then just move from side to side with your breath now. You might roll across your heels You might even start to press your hips in the same direction as your knees for a little bit of extra twist there, if that feels good for the lower back and the hips this morning. So you can make this movement a little bigger if you wish. Pressing the hips forwards, head beginning to turn if you've not already done so, maybe in the opposite direction to your knees. Oh, that feels good this morning. Let's do one more over to the right side and then one more over to the left side. So take your time. Lovely. And then when you bring the knees back to the middle from the left side, let's walk the feet hip width apart now and bring the arms down alongside you. Lovely. So let's go ahead and bring that right knee up and in towards your chest now. So bring that right knee up and in towards your chest, using one hand or both hands in front or behind the knee. Let's start to draw some little circles. So circling the knee, warming up into the hip this morning, trying to relax your lower leg. So let that heel drop down towards your bottom. And then just take the knee around the opposite way. Steering that knee round, so letting the leg relax. Lovely. And then we'll bring the knee in towards the chest and holding around the back of the thigh now. We'll take the leg up towards the ceiling for a little hamstring stretch. Try and keep a little softness in the knee as you start to rotate the ankle now. So moving the foot, keeping the knee nice and quiet. We'll take the foot round in a circle. First one way. And then around the opposite direction. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep the face nice and soft as you work the lower body. And then we'll push the heel up towards the sky. Get a little stretch in the back of the leg. Then using your left hand, bring your left hand to the outside of that right leg. And then bring that right leg across the body. So you're pointing the heel over to the left. Your right buttock might lift off the floor a little bit for an outer thigh stretch. Lovely. Let's come back up through the middle. And then let that right leg open out to the right. Catch it from underneath if you wish. And maybe you let that other knee roll open. Lovely. Leg is straight. Inhale through the middle. Exhale. Let's take it across the body one more time. Outer thigh stretch. Inhale to the center. And exhale, let that leg drop open. Inner thigh stretch. Lovely. Coming back up through the middle. So this time we'll bring that left hand to the outside of the right leg. Now bring the leg across the body one more time, outer thigh stretch. But this time bring that left knee all the way down to the floor for a deeper twist. So your underneath knee is bent and your top leg is straight. If that's too much, go ahead and bend both knees and stack your ankles and knees on top of each other. You might reach that right arm out level with the shoulder again. Lovely. Getting that nice stretch through the outer thigh. Ooh, and into the spine this morning. Let's bring ourselves back up through the middle, keeping that right leg up towards the ceiling. Arm comes down alongside you, so you've got your palms flat to the floor. Now really press that heel up towards the sky now. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen that leg all the way down to the floor. Take your time, stretching the heel away from you. But when the heel touches down, just get a sense of really pressing it forward, stretching out through the hip. And then we'll slide that right foot all the way back in. So we've got both feet on the floor. Ready for a little shoulder bridge now. So palms flat to the floor, take an inhale. And as you exhale, start to lift your hips, rolling the spine off the mat. Taking an inhale at the top. And as you exhale, roll your way back down. Slowly and carefully. Lovely. Inhale. Exhaling, starting to press into your feet. Lift your hips, maybe coming up a little bit higher this next time. Taking an inhale at the top. And as you exhale again, roll your way carefully back down through the spine. Lovely. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe this time your tailbone is roughly level with the backs of the knees as you come up. We'll take an inhale. And exhale to roll our way down. Lovely. And then when your hips touch down, bring the left knee in towards your chest now. Starting with those little knee circles. So I like just to use my left hand and bring my right hand just to the top of my hip for a little bit of stability there. But you can use both hands, it's no problem. Try and relax the lower leg, steering the knee round. And then we'll go the opposite way. Add a little bit of movement into the hip this morning. And then bringing the knee to stillness, so you can hold on around the back of the leg now. And let's take that leg up towards the ceiling, keeping the shoulders and the face relaxed. And we'll move into the ankle now. So starting to circle the ankle, toes moving, but the knee stays nice and still. So we're really getting into the ankle joint there. And then round the opposite way. Little movements there. Beautiful. And then ready for that outer thigh stretch. So push the heel up towards the sky, then bring your right hand to the outside of the leg. And we'll bring that leg across the body. So your heel is pressing over to the right side. Yeah, try to keep that top leg nice and straight. Oh, I can feel that this morning. Let's come all the way back up through the middle. Then we take that the opposite direction. So let that leg roll open. Maybe coming onto the outside edge of the other foot. Inhale through the middle. Exhale, bring the leg across the body. Ooh, maybe your bottom lifts from the floor a little way. It's lovely. Inhale through the middle. And then that inner thigh stretch, letting the leg roll out to the side. Oh, lovely. Come up through the middle, ready for that twist. So right hand comes to the outside of the leg. So this time you bring that right knee all the way down to the floor as you bring the leg across the body. So the top leg is straight, underneath knee is bent. Remember, you can bend both knees if you need to. So get yourself nice and comfortable. Stretch out the other arm, maybe level with your shoulder. So you might feel that quite deeply in your hip. Remember, you can always bend your knees. Lovely. Let's come all the way back up through the middle, keeping that left leg extended up towards the ceiling. Bring the arms down alongside you. Let's flex the foot. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly and carefully lower that leg. Feel the abdominal muscles working as you lower the heel to the floor. Pause there just for a moment. Leg extended. Stretching that heel away from you. And then we'll slide the feet back in. Bringing your heels towards your bottom. Ready for that little shoulder bridge. Take an inhale. Exhale as you roll your way up. Taking an inhale at the top. And exhale, roll your way down. Twice more like that. Lovely. So maybe each time you venture up a little bit higher. Rolling your way up through the spine. Lovely, and then rolling your way down. And on this last one, I'm going to lift my hips and hold in that shoulder bridge. So join me or continue to move with your breath. Lovely. So if you're holding with me, you might just stay here with your palms flat to the floor or reach the arms back above the head, just like we did before. Back of the hands finding the floor. Then maybe walk your feet a little closer towards you so you can lift your heels, lift your hips a little bit higher. Heels lifted. Hips lifted, arms stretching back. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, roll your way down, maybe keeping your heels lifted and the arms stretching back behind you. Lovely. And then bring the knees in towards the chest there. One hand on each knee. Have a little circle with the knees, so a nice massage for the low back. Take them round in one direction and then in the opposite direction. Now, deciding how you want to come up to seated today. So depending on how you feel, you can roll to one side or hold behind the knees and use a bit of momentum to bring yourself up. Lovely. So stretching the legs out in front of you. Feel free to sit up on a cushion or pop a bend in the knees if the hamstrings feel tight today. Let's sweep both arms up, taking an inhale. And as you exhale, take a nice forward fold over the legs this morning. Oh, chin tucking in, easing your way down. Remember, you can always bend your knees and wrap your hands underneath your legs if your lower back feels really tight today. Lovely. Walk the hands back up the legs. Let's add the breath. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale as you hinge forward into that forward fold. Lovely. Walking the hands back up the legs. Big breath in, reaching up. Exhale as you come forwards and down. Lovely. Last time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale to forward fold. Lovely. This time we'll walk the hands back up. And we'll bring that right heel in towards you and let the knee drop open to the side. You can always pop something underneath your knee if that's uncomfortable for the hips. So square yourself up over that extended leg. Inhale, take the arms up. And exhale, let's come down over that left leg. So easing your way down there, keeping the chest square over that thigh if you can. Ooh, how does that feel in the back of the leg there now? Lovely. Walking the hands back up as you rebuild the spine. We'll take an inhale, sweep the arms up. And then we'll take a little twist round to the right. So go ahead and bring that left hand onto your shin or your thigh there. Other hand behind you. Keeping the other leg stretched out, toes up towards the ceiling as you find that rotation through your middle and upper back. Lovely. Let's come back through the middle, take an inhale. And then we'll twist in the opposite direction. So bringing your right hand across the body this time. Other hand behind you, sitting up nice and tall. Drawing that back shoulder back. Let's do one more with the breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale as you twist round to the right. Lovely. Inhaling through the middle. And exhaling over to the left. Lovely. We're going to come all the way back up through the middle. And we're going to point that right knee up towards the sky there. Coming into a deeper twist now. So your left hand or your left elbow gives that knee a squeeze. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a big circle with the right arm. Bringing the fingertips either to the floor or bringing your hand onto your low back. So just make sure that you're not leaning back there. That you're sitting right on top of your sit bones. Getting that nice ringing out through the back there. Stretching the other leg out in front of you. Beautiful. Let's come all the way back through the middle. Slide that left foot back in. So you've got both feet on the floor. You're going to hold just underneath your knees. Take a little lean back and maybe lift your heels so you're on your tiptoes. You might stay there, lifting up nice and tall. You might start to lift one shin and then the other. Maybe that's where you want to stay this morning. Let that be enough. Or maybe you lift both shins and join me in boat pose. Your ankles are roughly level with the backs of the knees. Shoulders are soft, chest is lifted. Smiling and breathing. We'll hold for 3, for 2, and 1. And then we'll cross right leg in front of left leg. Wasn't that an elegant transition? So you might cross at the ankles. You might slide your feet a little further apart. Let's inhale, take the arms up. And as you exhale, take a side bend over to the right. Lovely. Inhale through the middle. Over to the other side, so the sit bones are grounding down, stretching out through the sides of the body. One more each way. Woo! Maybe your chin tucks in as you find that lovely stretch through the side body. One more. Oh, lovely. Both arms lifting, taking an inhale. Exhale, bring your fingertips down to the floor. Maybe walk your hips back a little ways as you take the hands forwards. Now, they might not come very far before your bottom wants to lift off the floor. So see if you can keep your bum down. If you don't like having your legs crossed, you can always stretch the legs out in front of you. And you might wiggle your feet a little further apart and maybe flex your feet if you want a deeper stretch in the outer thigh there. I'm feeling that one quite strongly today. Lovely. Let's walk the hands back. Just stretch the legs out, give them a little shake. And then we'll try that on the other side. So left heel coming in, so we can allow the knee to open. Again, pop something underneath your knee if you need to. Taking an inhale, reaching up. And exhaling, hinging forwards, over the leg, chin tucking in. As you ease your way down. One side might feel a little tighter than the other this morning. Mine always does. One side always feels different. Lovely. Let's walk the hands back up the legs. Ready for that little twist to the left. Inhale. And exhale, we'll twist to the left first of all. So right hand comes across, other hand behind you, sitting up nice and tall as you soften your shoulders. Check that the toes of that extended leg stay up towards the sky. They've got a habit of rolling open. So let's keep the other leg nice and active. Inhale through the middle. Let's come over to the other side as you exhale. Oh, lovely. Nice and long through the spine. We'll do one more each way with the breath. Inhale. Exhale as you take a twist to the left. Inhaling up through the middle. And exhaling a little twist round to the right. Beautiful. Let's come all the way back up through the middle so we can bring the foot to the floor this time. So ready for that deeper twist. If you don't like the deep twist, then you can go back with the knee on the floor. So hugging the knee in, take a big circle with your left arm so you can bring your fingertips either behind you if they reach easily, or just rest your hand on your low back. Kick out through the extended leg, lifting up through the breastbone, turning your head maybe, adding that nice spiraling action through the spine. Beautiful. We'll come back through the middle, sliding the other foot in, so we've got both feet on the floor, holding behind your knees. Take that little lean back, but see if you can keep your chest lifted as you lift up onto your tiptoes. Again, we might lift one shin and then the other, or again, we can lift both shins, coming into boat pose. If you're feeling really strong, you maybe take the arms out alongside you with your palms up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Let's hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Left leg crossing in front of right leg. Lovely. Inhale, take the arms up. And as you exhale, let's come into that side bend over to the left this time. Doesn't matter if you're going the opposite way. Inhale, over to the other side. We're going to balance it out, so don't worry if you're going the opposite way to me. One more each way. Sit bones stay grounded. Beautiful. Last time. Coming over to the right if you're with me. And then we'll reach the arms up, taking an inhale. Exhale, fingertips finding the floor in front of you. Again, I'm just going to walk my hips back. Now you might stay here, that might be enough, or you might be able to take the hands forwards little ways, maybe flexing your feet if you want that deeper stretch in the outer hip. That's not going to be for everybody. So try and keep your bottom on the floor for a grounding point there. Lovely. And then walk the hands back. We're going to find our way to all fours. You can roll over your feet if your ankles and knees are okay, or uncross everything as you come onto all fours in the middle of your mat. Press your hands down and just check that your head hasn't dropped there. So quite often we kind of look back towards our knees, and that puts a lot of strain on those little muscles in the back of the neck. So press into your hands as you take your gaze just forwards of your fingertips towards the top of the mat there. So you're in that lovely flat back or box-like position. And we'll start to move with our breath, coming into our cat and cow. So tip your tailbone up, pull your chin forward slightly as you arch your back. And then exhale, angry cat. Now we drop the head. Maybe close your eyes here as you just start to move with your breath, just oscillating between that cat and cow. Remember, you can always take your hands a little bit wider apart if you need to. Inhale, chest and belly stretching, and then exhaling, back of the body, getting that nice stretch out. Let's do one more. Inhale, coming forwards. And then pausing in that nice angry cat shape. Tuck your chin in, tuck your tailbone under, and if it feels good for your low back, have a slow shake of your hips from side to side. So move your hips from side to side, and maybe bring your ear towards your shoulder, so you're getting a nice side movement into the waist there. And if you're moving with me, we'll come all the way back to the middle, taking an inhale. Exhale, bring yourself into a child pose, bottom to heels. And maybe this is enough, resting your elbows down, resting your palms on the floor. Or if you want a little bit more, take your hands forwards, come up onto your fingertips so your elbows and palms are lifted. So you're going to press your fingertips forwards and down. Hug your arm bones back in the socket so your shoulders don't end up around your ears as you pull your hips gently back towards your heels. Again, breathe 3-dimensionally. Breathe into the sides of the body, the back of the body now. Lovely. And then bringing your hands down, finding your way back onto all fours. Again, gaze forwards with fingertips as you slide your right leg back behind you. I'm going to mirror you now. So rolling backwards and forwards over the ball of the foot. Keep pressing into your hands. Keep that little engagement through your belly. Lovely. And then keeping the weight forwards, we're going to lift the leg up level with the hip. Toes pointing down towards the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your knee to your chest, your nose towards your knee, round the back. Inhale, extend, look forwards. And exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. A little tiger pose, lovely. Twice more, inhale. Squeeze the bottom and exhale, lovely. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, extend the leg. And exhale, squeeze it all in. We're going to extend that leg all the way back behind you. And then keep the legs straight, but bring the toes down to the floor. Lovely. Now we're going to take that leg all the way over to the right, lining up your big toe with your knee. And then walk your hands back towards you so we come up into a gate pose. So we've got our right leg out to the side there. Beautiful. Stretch the arms out side to side. We'll take an inhale. And exhale, let's come over the top. So left arm stretches over the top. Inhale through the middle. And exhale, lift that top hip as you just bring the fingertips toward the floor. Lovely. One more each way. Inhale. Over the top as you exhale. Oh, that feels nice. Inhale. Exhale again. A little lift of that top hip up. Beautiful. We're going to bring the arms out to the side, keeping the leg extended, but this time we're going to bend the knee and bring your right hand or your right forearm to rest on the thigh there. Lovely. And then this left arm, we're going to sweep forwards and then all the way up and back. Lovely. You can let your hips move as well, just shifting the weight forwards as you take that nice circle with the arm. Twice more. Lovely. Let's do that one more time. So a nice big circle. And this time we'll keep that left arm reaching out to the side. We'll reach both arms out, straighten that right leg again, take an inhale. Last time we'll come over the top. Beautiful. We'll reach both arms up this time and bring the hands down and just walk your chest forwards now so your shoulders are above your wrists. If you don't like this version, you can always bring both knees back underneath you. Taking the right arm up towards the sky, take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to feed the arm underneath as we thread the knee. Lovely. Twice more. Inhaling. Bring your chest forwards as you reach up. And exhale, feed the arm underneath. Lovely. Can we do that one more time? Of course we can. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Lovely. Taking the arm up one last time. And then hand coming down. You're going to take that right leg all the way back behind you. Now, option one, you can just stay there and have a little roll over the back of the foot. Or give those knees a break and join me in downward dog. Having a little pedal out through the feet there. Pumping the heels, pressing the hips up and back. Oh, lovely. A little shake of the head there. Let's keep it nice and loose. And then when you're ready, coming back down onto all fours, flatten your feet, take a child pose. And that might be enough. You might want to stay there or join me in a little flow. Inhaling onto all fours. And as you exhale, come down onto your tummy with your elbows hugged in. Lovely. Peeling your chest up as you inhale. Coming all the way back as you exhale. Lovely. And again, inhaling forwards with your chest. And exhaling down onto your tummy. Lovely. Inhale, pick up your chest. And exhale, take a child pose. We're going to do that one more time if that feels good. And exhale to lower. Lovely. Inhaling up. We'll all meet in child pose, so take your time to get there. Take a moment in child pose, and then coming on to all fours, we'll do that little sequence with the left leg this time. So gazes forwards as you slide your left foot back this time, ball of foot to floor. Have a little rock, have a little roll over the toes there. That's it. And then keeping the weight forwards, we'll lift that leg level with the hip. Try not to dip in the middle, so firm up through those abdominals, take an inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. Lovely. Inhale, extend, look forward. So we kick the heel back. And exhale, we squeeze it in. Lovely. Can we do that twice more? Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. So last time, inhale. And exhale, we'll squeeze it all in. And then we'll bring that leg all the way back behind you, keeping it straight, but we'll touch the toes down. So this time, leg comes out to the left. So you're lining up your big toe with your knee. Walk your hands back. And then we'll lift ourselves up into that gate pose. So the arms are stretched out. Lovely. Press the hips forward. So we'll take an inhale. Coming over the top as you exhale. Nice side stretch. Inhale through the middle. And exhale, lifting that top hip. So some of you might reach the floor if you've got super long arms. Inhale through the middle. Over the top as you exhale. Lovely. Last time. Right hand stretching down. Lovely. And then we'll come all the way back up, bending the knee. Hand or elbow just rests on the thigh. And we take those little arm circles now. So all the way up. And you can let the hips move a little bit as well. So you're just letting the hips drop. If that feels good. Big circles with the arm. You can always bend your elbow, make the movement a little bit smaller if you wish. We do one more. Lovely. This time we'll bring the arms out again, level with the shoulders, turning the toes forward. So again, we've straightened the leg, take an inhale. Last time to come over the top as you exhale. Lovely. Both arms lifting up. And hands find the floor. Now take your weight forward. So again, you've got your shoulders above your wrists there. Lovely. Ready for that thread knee. Remember, you can always bring both knees underneath you if you want. Left arm, let's lift up. Take an inhale. And exhale, hips might drop back as you feed the arm underneath. Lovely. We're going to do that twice more. So you might feel that on your inner thighs as well. I certainly am. Arm reaching underneath. Lovely. Last time, inhaling up. And exhaling, arm feeding through. So we'll take the arm up one last time. Nice. Opening through the chest, hand coming down. And again, we'll take that leg all the way back behind you. Stretching out through the foot, you can stay there, or again, come up into a downward dog with me. Having that little pedal out through the feet again, if that feels good. Beautiful. Now you can always drop down onto all fours, have a child pose, stay in downward dog, or join me in plank this time. As you inhale, roll the body forwards. And as you exhale, bring your knees down and lower yourself down, elbows tucked in. Flatten your feet, take that little baby cobra as you inhale. And exhale to lower down. Lovely. Press into your feet, come all the way back up to all fours. And then we'll push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lovely. Pausing there in that downward dog. So press your hands forwards and down. Hips up and back. Pop a deep bend in the knees if that's necessary to feel that lovely stretch through the sides of the body. Let's try some leg lifts here. So you can always do this from all fours. So bringing your feet a little closer together. As you inhale, take your right leg up and back. And exhale, lower the foot to the floor. Other side, so left leg up and back as you inhale. And exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Let's take the right leg up and hold this time. So taking an inhale, and as you exhale, step or help your right foot forwards. And lower the back knee. Lovely, that's it. Arms lifting up, take an inhale. Palms are facing each other. And as you exhale, sweep the arms back. Imagine you want to squeeze your palms together like a Superman cloak. That's it, inhaling up. And exhaling, swimming the arms back behind you. Lovely, last time, inhaling up. And exhaling. Swim the arms back, palms pressing together, sweep the arms up, big breath in. And this time we'll bring the hands down to frame that front foot. So go ahead and flatten your back toes. Keep your chest lifted as you inhale, and exhale, let's find that hamstring stretch. So you might walk your fingertips back. You might keep your knee bent this morning and your foot on the floor, or slide the heel away and pull the toes towards your face. Ooh, I can feel that this morning. So make sure your hips haven't swung over to the side. Bring them back to the middle of your mat. You can stay here or join me for a little bit of balance fun. So keep the fingertips really light on the floor. And as you inhale, let's take the left arm up. Don't worry if you're working the other side. And as you exhale, bring the hand down. Lovely. Other side. Inhale, taking the right fingertips up. Ooh, can you feel those core muscles engaged? Feel the back. Lovely. We do one more each way. So it's a light touch of your fingertips on the floor. So it's a lovely one to wring out the back and wake up those core muscles. Beautiful. When your hand touches down, let's bend that front knee, plant your hands, pick up the back knee, and we'll step back into downward dog. Option to stay there, or inhale, roll the body forwards to plank. And as you exhale, come down onto your tummy. Lovely. Lift your chest, take an inhale. And as you exhale, let's find our downward facing dog. You can always come up through all fours. Take a moment there to find that nice extension through the back and the sides of the body. And then again, we'll walk your feet a little closer together, push your hips up and back, left leg leading this time. Inhale, take the left leg up and back. And as you exhale, let's bring the foot to the floor. Other side, try not to shift the weight from hand to hand. And exhale to lower. Let's take that left leg up and pause there. Take a nice breath in, and as you breathe out, step or help that foot forwards. Whoop! And go ahead and drop the back knee. Lovely. Ready for those little Superman arms. So inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, release. Again, that pressing of the palms towards each other. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Inhaling up. And exhaling all the way down. Let's sweep the arms up towards the sky. Big breath in. And as you breathe out, hands frame that front foot. Lovely. Ready for that hamstring stretch. So keep the chest lifted, breathing in. And breathing out. Move the hips back. You can keep the foot on the floor. Or again, peel the toes up towards your face. Swing those hips back to center. So ready for that little balance challenge. Light on the fingertips. Let's take the right arm up and out to the side this time as you inhale. And exhale, lower yourself down. Other side. Ooh. That's a challenge, isn't it? One side might feel, or one leg might feel a little bit harder than the other. Let's do one more each way. Beautiful, last one. Fantastic. Bring the hands down. We're going to bend that front knee. Pick up the back knee and find that downward facing dog. Last chance for a little vinyasa if you like. Inhale as you roll the body forwards. Exhale, coming down to plank. Lovely. Finding your little cobra. Pressing into the tops of the feet. And then again, we'll all meet in downward dog. This time from your downward dog, walk your feet towards your hands. So you're coming into a nice forward fold now, top of the mat. Bend those knees generously. Cradle your elbows. And maybe take the body from side to side. Have a little sway if that feels nice. Let the head relax there. Lovely. And then let your arms dangle in front of you. Roll your way up, nice and slowly. I just adjust the camera. Take a little shoulder roll at the top. How are you feeling, team? I'm sure you've been doing yoga every day in my absence. Beautiful. So standing at the top of your mat, feet underneath your hips. So turn your palms inwards to face the outside of the legs there as you lengthen up through the spine. Let's do a little variation on our sun salutes. So as you inhale, take the arms up, palms are facing each other. And as you exhale, let's take a forward fold. And again, those little Superman arms. So arms reach up and back as you take the body down over the legs. Nice generous bend in the knees. Pause there. And then bring your hands onto your front of the legs, shins or thighs. Straightening them now as you bring yourself into a nice flat back, chest pulling forwards. Bend the knees, let's come down into that forward fold. And then rising on up, arms can sweep out to the side or straight in front of you as you come all the way up. And bring the hands down to your heart. Lovely. Let's do that twice more with the breath. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, take that forward fold, arms reaching back behind you. Hands onto shins or thighs. Inhale as you lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Lovely. Rise all the way up. Take an inhale. Hands pulling down to heart. Exhale. Lovely. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, arms lift up. Exhale. We're going to fold down this time and pause. Now, option, we can just reach the arms back, or this time interlace your hands. Maybe straighten the legs a little bit and bring the arms up and over so your palms are open there as you get that nice stretch through the shoulders. If you don't like that, just bring your fingertips down to the floor. Lovely. Release the hands onto your low back. Lovely. Hands to shins or thighs, or maybe fingertips to floor this time. Find that halfway lift. Take an inhale and exhale to fold. Let's rise all the way up. Take an inhale and exhaling. Hands coming down to heart. Beautiful. We're going to pause and we come to face you this time. Lovely. Bringing the hands down to your hips. balance challenge now, so you can always hold on to a piece of furniture if you need to. So take a moment to really find your feet, maybe have a little rock back and forth or side to side, so you really feel you're pressing evenly onto all four corners of your feet. Some of us tend to roll our feet in or out, or maybe we are balanced on the balls of the feet, or we've got the weight in the heels. So can you find that nice balance point between those four corners of the feet? Beautiful. That's it. Lovely. And then we're going to lift up the right heel. Now, option one, you might just have a little pivot on the foot and rest the top of the foot on your left foot there. Or find your way into your tree pose this morning. So you might bring the foot a little higher. We'll all bring the hands to the heart. So whatever you're doing with the legs, lifting up a little bit taller there. Knee open out. Ooh, she says wobbling. Beautiful. Now you might want to stay there. Find your focus, find your balance. You might even want to just move the arms today and keep both feet on the floor. So if you're with me, let's take a nice inhale. Circle the arms all the way out and up. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Lovely. We're going to do that one more time. You can always skip this bit if you want. Lovely. Hands drawing down. Whoops, she says, falling out of her tree. And we're going to bring the arms out to the side. Beautiful. You might stay there, or see if you can catch your right knee in your right hand. Lovely. For a little bit of strength, can you release the arm, but keep the knee lifted? Now, very carefully, we're going to step your right foot behind your left foot. So if you don't like this, bring both feet hip width apart. Left hand to hip. Go ahead and bend the knees and take that right arm over the top of the hips. We're pressing the hips over to the right side. You can do this with both feet parallel if that's for you. Come all the way back up through the middle. Let's take the arms out. Straighten both legs this time. Take an inhale. Exhale over to the other side. Beautiful. Bringing the arms out side to side. We're going to come out the way we came in. So let's start by seeing if we can catch right knee in right hand. Pause. Can you find your way back into your tree pose? Hands to heart. You can always bring that foot to the floor, remember. Just one arm circle. Inhaling, taking the arms out and up. And exhaling, bringing the hands down to your heart. Beautiful. Pause. Nice balance, everyone. Point the knee forwards. And step both feet back to the floor. Oh, have a little shake out through the feet. That's a challenge, hey? So if you don't like that side bend with the foot behind you, you can keep both feet underneath your hips and do exactly the same movement. So let's see if we can do that on the other side. So again, find your focus, find all four corners of your feet. Lovely. Starting from that strong foundation, this time we pick up left heel. So again, go ahead and just have a little pivot and keep the ball of the foot on the floor. You can always use the heel as a kickstand or bring that foot higher up the leg. Try and avoid your knee joint itself. Lovely. And then pull up a little bit taller. So if you can grow an inch or so. You can always use some furniture if you need to hold on to. Join me in that arm movement if you wish. Inhaling, arms lift out and up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Lovely. Can we do that one more time? Of course you can. Hands coming down. Lovely. Let's take the arms out to the side. So we're going to see now if we can catch left knee in left hand. Lovely. A little bit of strength. Maybe take both arms out. Then we're going to step left foot behind right foot. So again, you can always keep the feet hip width. Bend the knees as you bring your right hand to your hip. And this time we take the left arm up and over. So really soft in the knees there. Lovely. And now as you bring the arms out side to side, now we straighten the legs. Keep them straight as you take the right arm up and over. Lovely. We're going to come back in the way we came. So arms out to the side. Let's start by seeing if we can catch left knee and left hand. Woo! Pulling up nice and tall. Beautiful. Then finding your way back into your tree pose. Might be different from where you started. Hands back to heart. Lovely. Find your balance. Lovely balance, everyone. See if we can add one arm circle. Inhaling up. Exhaling, hands coming down. Ooh, lovely. Pause. Point the knee forwards. and bring the foot to the floor. Brilliant, guys. Have that little pad out from foot to foot. Let's take a deep knee bend, sweep the arms out and up, take an inhale. We'll take a forward fold this time, all the way down. Last time to find your halfway lift, take an inhale. And then we step back into your downward facing dog, taking the feet a little bit wider apart this time. Drop down onto your knees, so knees might be a little bit wider than your hips. Point your big toes together and slide your hips back towards your heels. Take the arms forwards, maybe even bring your hands underneath your head if you want a little bit of support there. Take a moment, reacquaint yourself with your breath now. Allowing the breath to come back into its natural rhythm. Beautiful. And when you're ready, slowly lifting your head, lifting your chest, walk your hands back towards you, or point the knees forwards. Drop your bottom to one side so you can swish the legs out in front of you. Proper bend in the knees. Inhale, let's reach the arms up. And we'll hinge forwards. One last time into that nice forward fold. Again, you can bend your knees, wrap your hands underneath your thighs if that feels good this morning. So we're not forcing anything here. We're again thinking about that. What is enough? Lovely. Walk the hands back up the legs. So this time we're going to bring that right heel in, letting the knee open, but this time we're going to take the other leg out on the diagonal. So right heel in towards your groin, left leg out to the side. Beautiful. Left hand on your thigh or your shin, or maybe even you bring your first two fingers around your big toe and just rest your elbow on the leg. Let's take that right arm up and over the top. If you don't like the arm movement there, you can always get rid of it and wrap it behind you. See if you can keep your chest square towards me. Lovely. Let's come all the way back up through the middle. Bring the right hand down behind you, point the toes, sweep the left arm in front of the face. Option, you can pick up your hips and take that little back bend if that feels nice. Lovely, lower the hips. Let's come back into that side stretch. So hand finding your shin, your thigh, or fingertips around your big toe as you come back into that side stretch. Lovely, let's come all the way back up through the middle. Last time, sweeping the arm in front of the face, maybe lifting your hips up if that feels good for your back. Lovely, let's come all the way back through the middle. And then we'll bring both heels in towards your groin. A little bit of space between your heels and your groin there. Hands on your shins or your ankles. Finding that cobbler's pose, so pulling up through the chest there. And you might stay here, or you might be able to hinge forwards, leading with your chest. Maybe your elbows pressing down on the inside of your knees there. Lovely. And other option is to bring your fingertips in front of you and allow your head to drop. So you're getting a little rounding through the back, but keep those knees open. Lovely. Walk the hands back. So this time left heel comes in and we extend right leg out to the side. So ready for that side stretch, hand finding wherever is comfortable. Maybe dropping your elbow to your inner knee if you're holding on around your toes. And we'll take that top arm over the head. Remember, you can always get rid of that top arm if that doesn't feel nice this morning. Keeping your chest square towards me. Lovely. Let's come up through the middle. Left hand behind you, right arm sweeping in front of the face, maybe picking up your hips as you have that little stretch out there. Lovely. And we'll lower the hips back into that side stretch. So again, finding wherever is comfortable, whatever is enough for you today. Your chest is pointing to the floor. Just bring that hand up the leg a little bit there. And then all the way up. Hand behind you, sweeping the arm in front of the face, maybe picking up your hips. Lovely, and then lowering down one last time. Beautiful, give those legs a little shake. Fantastic, and then bend your knees or come down onto the floor. Your knees with you, give them a squeeze. And then have a little massage side to side or circling the knees. Again, grounding your upper body, your back body, into the floor. Now, any back issues, feel free to bring your feet down to the floor. If your back feels okay, keep those knees where they are as you bring your arms out to the side, level with your shoulders. So take care the knees haven't fallen away from you and arched your back. Really hug those knees in towards your chest. And then we'll drop the knees over to the right side. You can keep them hugged up towards your chest or slide your feet further away from you. Closer your knees are up towards your chest, the deeper the stretch. Maybe turn your head in the opposite direction. Feeling that nice stretch out through the spine there. Releasing the arms all the way back up through the middle. And then over to the other side. So remember, you can hug those knees up towards your chest. You can slide them away from you. You can bring your feet down to the floor, whatever feels good. Nice steady breaths there. Lovely, and then coming all the way back up through the middle. Bring your feet to the floor, and we'll stretch out one leg and then the other, and reach the arms back above the head. Have a little stretch into your body there, reaching into one side and then the other. And then lower the arms all the way back down alongside you, flipping your palms up towards the sky. You can just separate the feet and allow your toes to roll open, or bend your knees and walk your feet back up towards your bottom, maybe keeping them wide apart so you can rest your knees against each other. I'm going to come up to sit for a moment just so I can talk to you. If anyone prefers to stay seated with me, feel free. Just bring your hands onto your knees. So whatever you're doing, sitting or lying down, can you close your eyes if you're comfortable? And can you allow the body and the mind just to be at ease for a moment? And knowing that whatever you've done this morning was enough. Nice, easy breaths now. And again, rather than letting the mind ruminate on the week you just had, or the weekend you just left behind, or try and drag you forwards, worrying about what you've got to do for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, can you just be here? Let this be enough. Body rising and falling with each breath. And the back body just melting down into the floor beneath you with each exhale. Very slowly, just start to roll the head from side to side, just rolling across the back of the head. Stretch into one side of the neck and then the other, very gently. And bringing the head to the center, maybe a little wiggle of your fingers, wiggle through the toes there. If your knees are bent, feel free to stretch both legs out. And again, take the arms back above the head. Coming into that full body stretch. If you're seated with me, you can just reach the arms up towards the sky. Lovely. And then if you're lying down, just slide the feet back in towards you. Give those knees a nice squeeze, a nice hug. If you're seated, just bring your hands down to rest on the knees. Lovely. And then turning or rolling to lie on one side. It really doesn't matter which. And then come up to seated with me. Take your time. Never has to be cross-legged. Fingertips just to the floor alongside you. Just allow your chin to drop forwards as you loop the shoulders away from the ears. So a little stretch into the back of the neck there, lifting up through the breastbone, lifting up through the spine, and then we'll take a nice deep inhale, sweeping the arms up above the head, and exhaling, hands to heart, chin to chest, all bow to each other. Oh, lovely to see you all again. And namaste. Just remember that question I asked at the beginning. What's your relationship with the word enough as you continue through the week? It's a good one. It's a good one. Thank you.